morning, Gerringong. We're down here at the Peninsula Ridge for a couple of days stay on the south coast. We've woken up to a very gloomy morning, looking out towards the ocean, which you can't see in the distance there. And the plan was to head down to Currarong and do Gosangs Tunnel and Mermaid's Inlet, but I've been reading it's closed, so I don't know how long ago that was, if that was through COVID times or if it's open again. The weather is not very inviting, but we're still going to head down and see what it's all about. That's down at Currarong. But here where we're staying is absolutely stunning. We went out to dinner last night. What was the place called, Julesy? The Hill. I think it was called the Hill, in the middle of Gerringong there. I've got me exploring rings and I've got me going out rings. The weather does say that sunny periods should show up sometime throughout the day, and Currarong's still a fair way down the south coast, so we may be okay down there, but looking down south, it's not looking too good. Anyway, going off the post, it does say it was closed due to overhanging rock and the fear of it might falling. So geotechnical chaps are going to head down there and see what they can do with it. But that's a shame. I had that place put aside for me and Jules 4 years ago, and for whatever reason we never made it down there. And around about that time Mav was holidaying down at 7 Mile Beach. Have a look at the horsies up there. And he said, is there anything to do down near 7 Mile Beach? And I actually gave him Gosangs Tunnel to do with his kids and his family. And he came back and told me it was absolutely awesome. So 4 years later, I was hoping to do it with Jules, and it looks like we've missed our opportunity. That's what I keep on telling you guys. Do these explores, because you never know when they're going to close. You never know when they're not going to be around anymore. So it may be the case where we've missed out on this cave down there. But we'll go down and we'll have a look. Netting hasn't stopped us in the past, but we've just got to see how open it is. You know, it's a tourist route. It's not like it's off the beaten track. So if we've got any people around and we jump over the fence, and we may get in trouble from the locals down there at Currarong. So anyway, I'll bid you farewell from Gerringong. I'm going to have some brekkie. Hopefully it'll clear up. That stunning church up there. And we'll make our way down south. We are just about to make our way down south, and the ocean has reappeared from behind the low-lying cloud in the distance there. And the green fields are where the horses are grazing, and we have to head down this way. You can see the freeway down there, so that takes you all the way down to Melbourne. We're going to stop at Currarong, maybe have a bit of a visit in Berry, Nowra. All you can really see here is rooftops. And 3 or 4 horses up there grazing. Gloomy day, but the rain has stopped. And we just were watching Channel 9 a minute ago, and Sydney copped the brunt of it. We didn't get a lot of rain down here, but Sydney around the Randwick area, a lot of the cars needed to be towed out this morning from heavy rainfall, flash flooding. Well, it looks like we've come onto the track. You're probably able to drive your cars here once upon a time, but now it says warning, change track conditions ahead for your safety. Gosangs Tunnel and Mermaid's Inlet are closed until further noticed. Warning, naval bombardment range will be active at the following times. It's a couple of old signs. Let's go have a look. It's off the beaten track, which means you shouldn't be disturbed if you decide to go into it. I was thinking that there was going to be like a car park next to it and there'll be a whole bunch of people standing around, but this just looks like one of our missions we do at night time in the illegal tunnels or places that we go. Interesting. Gosangs Tunnel, eh? And just following this track, I've come to a massive Trig station, a water tank with a Trig station. We need to find out what Trig station this is, Jilsey. Does it say on there, on that sign? I'll have to have a look, because that's definitely a Trig. So that's another one that we have tracked down without even intending. I'd say that might be the Currarong Trig. CCTV. Images are recorded for the purposes of crime prevention. Where's your CCTV, chaps? I can't see anything. The sign could just be a deterrent. What? Okay, you've got an ocean over there. Apparently the tunnel takes you through to the ocean. What was the inlet called? I forget now. Geez, we're walking a fair way. I wasn't intending on doing a walk today, Jules. I'm sorry. Jules is not in her gear today because I told her it was right where we park. I think I've got to bet Mav drove up here in his four-wheel drive. That's what I'm thinking. I'll have to give him a call and see what he says. We haven't planned this very well. I had no idea it was a 6-kilometre return trip. We've come up to this sign here, Old Man's Hat Track. We weren't sure which way to go. Not only that, the heavens have opened up. Jules forgot to get her umbrella. Why is there no umbrella, Julesy? Now you're putting words in my mouth. I did not say it was 2 minutes down the road. But I had no idea that it was a 6-kilometre return walk just to the entrance, the mouth of it. So now we're having to contend with rain on this. At least it's a track. It's not all that. That's not all that muddy. What was that? I can't hear. Say again. This track's leading everywhere. It's either down here or this one. This one looks too thin. I would keep on heading along here. Map never told me that they drove up here. I doubt they walked this. He's giving me bad intel, old Mavericks. Huh? I'd say it would be here because people would be driving their four-wheel drives down to it, I'd say. We went the wrong way. Which way we have to go? The Old Man's Hat? Okay, we've made a wrong turn. Jules's navigational skills are up there for everyone to be seen again. It's her new phone, that's what I put it down to. What was the type of phone you got, Jules? A Z Fold. A Z Fold Samsung? Samsung Z Fold. Apparently they're meant to be the new beaut phones of the day. possibly. But Optimus Prime here still uses a Samsung Galaxy S5 Classic from 2007, I think they are. Okay, so we're back to the Old Man's Hat track, so there wasn't too much distance that we had to recover. I need to wipe this camera down because there is water everywhere. There's a massive spider web just here. I caught it with my polarized glasses. How Jules didn't walk straight into it, I've got no idea. What was that? So going back towards the what, water tank, or it's a different trig station? Kumi's Walk trig station. Maybe there's a trig station right on the point. We did see the sign that said Gosangs tunnel closed. So we were coming up the right track. It might be a different trig station. Kumi's Walk trig station. Anyway, we're here now. Let's go see what's down here. Half an hour from where we are at the moment. Wow, it's a fair walk. Like I was telling you before, at least it's not in the bush. At least we've got some rocky platform to make it easy on our feet. So we've got some dilemmas here. We started walking down this track and it does say Kumi's Walk. But when Jules had a look at a sat-nav, it said a further 25 minutes and you come back on a loop. So I've come back to this point here. Old Man's Track is where we turned onto from down over here. We are now going to follow Old Man's Track because it's saying that Kumi's Walk is down here. Why that sign's there pointing in that direction, I've got no idea. Anyway, we're just freestyling at the moment. I've done no research on this at all. I just thought it would be very easy to get to it. I had no idea it was this much of a walk. As I said before, I thought Mav would tell me that it was a fair walk off the road, but I gathered back 4 years ago they drove up to it. They could come up to it. And unfortunately it's blocked, but we wouldn't have got through with Jules's car and he knows that. So I'm wondering why he didn't tip me off that you won't get Jules's car up there and it's a fair walk from where you have to park the car. Anyway, we're here now. It's no use turning around and heading back to the car. What it does mean though, is if we do eventually stumble upon it, we'll pretty much have it to ourselves, even if it is blocked off, because I don't think anyone is going to do this walk, especially on a Friday, where people are still working. So we'll just keep on going and see where it comes to. Very interesting and confusing. Just spoken to Mavericks and he definitely didn't come this way. He actually parked in a beach car park somewhere and he told me that it was still half an hour from where he parked. So we're having a nature walk today without even intending on having a nature walk. So we've come to another sign here, Kumi's Walk. We have to turn left here. Jules is way up in front of me, so I'll have to catch her. So we'll probably stumble upon it, but we have come around the long way. So even when we haven't decided to do a long walk, the long walk has found us. So this will probably be a 6 to... Oh, that's thunderstorms that we can hear. We've seen a sign back there that said bombardment. Jules was a bit worried that... where did she go now? Kumi's Walk. Oh, she's gone up here. Julie was worried that they were having explosives going off on the side of us here, but that's thunderstorms in the distance. So hopefully we are heading the right way and this is not all for nothing, but definitely going around the long way. We can now see sand and a lot of footprints, shoe prints. So we must be coming upon it. Jules said in maybe another 10 minutes. So we have definitely come around a long way, which may be a blessing in disguise, because if Gosangs is closed, and from what Matt told me, you park somewhere near the beach, that car park may be closed. There may be signs there saying no entry, which means the only way to Gosangs may be this way. So we can only wait and see. We didn't have an adventure. Can't see that water tank anymore. We're miles away from that. So you know where we got to that sign and it said Kumi's Walk and Trig Station? That's probably a loop back to the water tank, you reckon? Trig, yeah. Yeah, you may be right, you know. Yeah. That might have been a loop walk back to that Trig that was on top of the tank. 2 Trig stations within close proximity of one another. Highly doubtful, but possibility. So we have come down the walk here and come to this sign. Look down 250 metres, caution, dangerous cliffs. We met a lovely couple that was sitting just here, and they told us the Gosangs tunnel is just down here. And they said, what was they saying? One of the 3 most spectacular sites they've ever seen in Australia. So they do a lot of walking, and they reckon that this is one of the 3 most spectacular sites that they've ever seen. So Mermaid's Inlet is another one they told us to do. We've got a bench seat here. We asked them if it was closed, and they said yeah, and he said don't worry about it, everyone goes in it. So just watch your head, and don't stand on the edge. Like, I don't think he was aware that this is Mrs. Prime and Optimus Prime here.
I think what he was saying is that that's the dangerous part.
Okay. I think we've done a few dangerous things in our time. You know, I have done a few things since I was young that I don't think this thing would compare. Climbing a 200-foot tower on a rusty ladder, I think you have to be careful. Walking through a tunnel, coming to an inlet, I don't think is going to pose too much of a problem. So, yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. The trickiest part is getting down through these rocks and not rolling an ankle. This is what I'm worried about. There will be a day, I think, where me and Jules are walking through the bush and we're not paying attention because, you know, we're getting older, and one of us is going to roll an ankle, and hopefully it's not too far away from the car. Because there's one thing that I never want to do is ever get choppered out from somewhere. So we've always got to be mindful of where we go, and we've definitely come the long way. So we asked these two, the husband and wife, is there a car park that you can leave your car at? And they pointed us. She said, yeah, once you get down to Gosangs, turn left, and it takes you to the car park. That's a lot shorter walk. So as I said before, even when we're not intending on doing long walks, the 6 kilometre, 7 kilometre, 8 kilometre walks find us. So much for lunch. We're not going to have lunch down here at Currarong. We'll probably head back to where we're staying in Gerringong, and I'll take Jules out to some little nice restaurant. We've seen plenty of Thai places and Indian places there. So, all right, one of the 3 most spectacular views they've ever been to. They mustn't travel much if that's what they reckon. Have they been to the Blue Mountains? Yeah, they look like they were.
I think they've travelled.
Yeah. I think they have as well. They're very knowledgeable, but honestly, 3 of the most, 3rd most spectacular spot in Australia. That's a big call. Well, we're close now, and they actually told us they're going down the other way where those steep cliffs were. They said that if we meet each other back up the top here, they're going to tell us whether or not that walk is worth getting down to. But let's just tick this off the map while we're here and see what they are talking about it being stunning. We have come down this lonely goat track. We can hear the ocean in the distance. Jules has just stopped to take some pics of where we need to come back up again. So this is the car park. So this is what Mav was telling me. So we parked in the residential street. Why the sat nav took us there, I've got no idea. So this is where we should have parked, down here. And Mav reckons once you're in the car park down here, it takes about a half an hour walk. How long do you think we've been walking for? 45 minutes? Yeah, about 45 minutes. Okay, so we've got an extra 15 minutes, but we've gone through nature. Be aware of the current fire danger rating and any bushfire alerts for this area. Well, I don't think we're going to encounter any bushfires today. So Mermaid's Inlet and the Kumi's Walk. So once we get to this point, Julesy, we need to turn left and head back up into nature. And then what? Do the extra couple of kilometres back to the car? I don't know how far away the car park is from where we parked the car in the residential street. If I knew it was close, then I would. But we'll be walking around Currarong, so we might as well head back the same way we did, and then maybe we'll hop in the car and we'll go find the beach, and we'll take a little bit of video footage towards the end showing what the beach car park looks like. But I just have no idea. Yeah, of course there would be. Of course there would be. But it's half an hour from here. I would just go into the bush.
What, you reckon from that point
Half an hour, Mav said. Mav said it's a... No, Mav said it was half an hour from the car park. Well, yeah, I don't know how far it is from that sign to Gosangs Tunnel. If we're walking another 15 minutes, maybe from that sign back there, it's only 15 minutes. Let's just get to the tunnel first and see what it's all about. So we've got some netting down here. I think this is where it says no entry. Caution, narrow track, dangerous waves. Mermaid's Inlet this way, is it? They've tried to block the route. It's probably down there. We'll do Gosangs first, and we'll come back to this area, and then we'll do Mermaid's Inlet. So Mermaid's Inlet, I gather, is over here. Change track conditions ahead for your safety. Gosangs Tunnel and Mermaid's Inlet are closed until further notice. Well, let's go see what they're talking about. Have you got any geotechnical experience, Jules? If you have a look at these rocks, can you determine if it's safe for the public? It will for one day, exactly. But when we did the hill end tour, we went through the Golden Gully with Doc, and the same signs were there, and it says no walking through the shafts because they could collapse. They haven't collapsed for 200 years. It's like they were going to collapse on that one day. So I can understand why the signs are there. But yeah, I know. Yeah, true. But I've told you before, what will be in life. Everyone's got their calling. If our calling is to fall off the cliff here, then that's where we shall pass away. That couple's probably up on that cliff top there. Go away, rain! Okay, here it says, ooh, that sign is you make you feel worried, Jules. Gosangs Tunnel access beyond this point at own risk. It says own risk. Let's go see what this tunnel is all about. I didn't see the view. But of the ocean. Yeah. So far off the beaten track. Oh, this is all rocks. It's like pagoda territory. Look at that one rock on an angle. Can you see it? On that cliff straight over there? Look at the way it's leaning. You get an army of people behind it and start pushing it, it'll slide off. That must be Mermaid's Inlet down there, maybe.
Because that is like fantastic. I'm guessing where it's going.
Look at the rocks that are falling. Have you seen these rocks, Jules? Come over here where I am. Look at these. They have fallen from up here. This was a higher cliff, as I always say at one point. And over the years, you can see the one in the distance there on an angle. That's ready to go. There's little caves everywhere. If you look under all these little rocks here, so maybe that's the way down to Mermaid's Inlet. Julesy loves the ocean, so in her element here. As much as she loves bushwalking, her dream is to buy a house seaside. And looking at how beautiful that water is, look at the colour of that water. I don't know if that's coming through the camera. Really aqua blue just down here. See the yacht? Jules, come over here and just take a picture of these two rocks down here. Come and grab onto me so you don't fall. And then we'll go do the tunnel before anyone else arrives, so we can have it to ourselves. Yeah, jump on these two over here. It's grippy. It's grippy. Come right where I am here and have a look at these three rocks that have fallen. Come here, where I am. Get it. Yeah, get a picture of them. Come as close as you can to me. You can see how brittle it is down the bottom here. That's what they're talking about. We're going to walk through this tunnel. That's what they're fearing. Yeah, I think that's why they don't allow you in Gosangs tunnel. I think this is what they're worried about, something like that. Come on, let's go show the people why they shouldn't walk in here. It's over there. So, where'd you go? This way, Jules? How? How hard is it? There's a goat track all the way back. It's not that hard. The hardest ones are the ones with the rock cans. Finding the rock cans that people leave for you, but this is all marked. It's not going to be too hard finding a way back on the marked track. Yeah, I needed a torch. Why once again didn't I bring a torch? I've got nothing on me today. Warning. Can you hear that, Jules? That looks scary. It looks very scary. Come on, stand close to me. You're going to do a wee first before I go down? Oh, I feel the wind. Oh yeah, it's not that much. There's not that much of a crawl down. Possibly. It's very bright. You're going to do a wee first? All right, go up in the bush and I'll wait for you. All right, come on, Josie.
Oh, you didn't go here. Oh, crap.
Yeah, I wouldn't grab onto anything. Because you see all the rocks that are fallen here. This reminds me of St. Michael's Cave. So don't touch anything. This might be a little bit hard, guys, crawling, so bear with me. I'm going to have to do the spider walk. See if you can get a few pictures, Jules. This reminds me of the cave at Grey Hat Falls. The shape. Use your left hand, Jules, and just go sideways. Well done. Well done. I think it's distorted. The camera doesn't like the bright light in front of me. So I apologise for any blurriness, chaps. My ankles are not liking this. There must have been so many people come through here when it was open. Matt brought his whole family through here, the girls and everything. Okay, this is the crevice they're talking about. Don't fall in between there, fellas and ladies, because that's a long way down. Don't dirty that shirt, darling. You got it? Hold on. Have a look down here. Look at the drop down there. Imagine actually falling through there, getting wedged. How will they get you out? Okay, so now I see what they're saying about being one of the 3 most spectacular sites in Australia for them. Look at the way it's cut. Look at the big ass rock over there that's fallen down. These are what they're talking about. So these have broken away. I think I can remember Mav saying they walked left and started walking onto that big shelf there. Whether or not we tried that, I don't know. I would like to, but it might be a little bit risky. So on this side it's relatively safe. Oh, we've got some fishermen down there. Well, one fisherman. I wonder if he's come through the tunnel. Look at this idiot. Sky and Trent. You should be shot to face in the rock like that. Those two are imbeciles. How do you reckon the fishermen got down there, Jules? I would love to go onto that bit there. I'm going to try to make it along there. The fall is not very far if you did slip. It doesn't look like there's going to be any more rocks breaking. It looks like it's snapped off there and that's it. That one over there could be a possibility of falling. They look very safe. There'll be professionals watching this video and saying, how would this idiot know whether or not it's safe or not? You know what I work with? Common sense. If I think it's impossible or I'm going to kill myself, I don't do it. But I don't need any bullshit science to tell me whether I'm right or wrong. I went through that with COVID, and let me tell you, people are paying for it these days. What do you think, Jules? Would you say it's one of the most spectacular spots you've ever been to? It is impressive, but I don't know. Huh? Yeah, it's very natural, isn't it? Oh, look at this. It's coming through. The inlet. Are you going to come with me along there? Let's see if we can make it over on that side there. Jules is going to wait here for me. I'm not going to bring her along with me on that precarious edge over there. We're going to see if we can make it to the other side, and then we'll make our way back out again. I'm going to get some pictures of her from over on that side, and she'll get some pictures of me from this side. We'll see how sketchy it is over here. All right, fingers crossed. Doesn't look too bad. So I can't see us coming unstuck. But these are the rocks that have fallen away. This one here and this one here. We'll get a better view of it from the other side over here. But see how skinny it gets here? This is the part you have to be careful of, but this looks pretty solid now that it's broken away. I can't see that breaking anymore. This bit here, I reckon that'll go one day. Yeah, I wouldn't be standing on the edge there to get any fantastic photos. So there's what those rocks look like. So an earlier time, that one's come crashing down, and a whole bunch there have come crashing down as well. We'll just make it around here. You can see the shoe prints. So people have been coming and going along here. So you've got someone slid. See, I wouldn't be jumping across here, because if you slide there, you'll go straight down. So the easiest thing, I'd say, or the safest thing should I say, is come up the top here, watch your back, and just follow the footsteps. Look at the size of that. We head around it. Where's Julesy? Just having a breather. We'll see what's around this next corner, and then I'll make my way back. Be interesting to find out from Mav how far he walked around. Did they keep on following that rock shelf? You got a bird down there drying itself. Maybe this will go one day as well. But these are the shots you see all the time in the Blue Mountains, where someone stands right on the edge and someone else will be on the cliff over there, and they'll get that amazing shot. I suppose you just have to be unlucky that when you're standing there, it gives way. Ooh, they don't have any life jackets on, those fishermen. They'd want to be fucking careful, because if they get swept in there, there's no saving them. It's a pretty dangerous spot. Well, that was the tour around just one part of the cliff. See where the water splashes through the inlet there. That would make good video if you were down on that road. Look at that. Wow. The seas are getting stronger. Man, I'd be scared if there was those fishermen down there. They're right on the edge. It don't take much. See if we can cross over this bit. Looks drier on this side. This reminds me a little bit of Strzelecki when we did that, the lookout post up there in Newcastle. We had to walk from Bar Beach, I think it was, on shelves like this, rock shelves like this, all the way around, and then climb that huge ass mountain. Alright, let's make it back. We'll get out of Gosangs and we'll go have a look at mermaids and make our way home. That's the part you have to be careful of, just there. But if you fall, you'll fall on there. I don't know if you'll slide back in. You're going to hurt yourself pretty bad though. You'll cut and graze yourself. These rocks down here look like dinosaur bones. They are jagged as. All right, darling, we ready to go? Let's rock and roll. We'll head back through the tunnel and make our way down to Mermaid's Inlet. We are just about to walk back through Gosangs and then find the other track down to Mermaid's Inlet. Be careful, Julesy. We're going to try to give you a perspective of how narrow it is, top to bottom here. Watch your back. So up to this point it's not too bad, but you see here Jules really has to get down. What is it? It's the mist? Yeah, I don't know if that's coming through on the camera. Oh yeah, no, that's the dust. I don't think that's the mist from the water. Do you reckon that's spray?
Absolutely.
It might be.
That's awesome.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't know which one's more spectacular. I would say St. Michael's Cave is pretty impressive. I don't think that couple has ever been there. That's in Avalon. It's like a cathedral type cave. Oh, I'm struggling through here. got so much sweat dripping down onto my glasses, I'm actually blinded. I can't see a thing. Oh, yeah.
Your handbag.
That's
Your
my handbag.
Slip it down around.
You want to come a little bit closer and grab it?
What, your handbag?
My handbag. I don't know what that shot is down there. All right, we'll get a couple of shots from here, Jules. I don't think we did before, so head up a little bit more, and then we will. Okay, that's it. Goodbye from Gosangs Tunnel. We're now going to take the small trip down to Mermaid's Inlet and see what that's all about. They did tell us, the couple that we met back up on the track, that Gosangs was the more spectacular. What's your head there, Jules? You should have come up here. More spectacular one. So we'll make our way to that track and then we'll start filming again. Bye from Gosangs, Julesy.